I'm going to show you how using Keyword Insights, you can get a small domain and completely smash your content strategy, including your landing pages, your category pages, and your long form top of the funnel content in minutes, basically. Okay, let's imagine this is your store, the londonplumbingco.com, and we can see that they don't rank for much, actually. Let me just change that to the United Kingdom. Yeah, they don't rank for much. So there's a lot they can do here. And part of the thing they want to do is maybe increase their service level pages, the bottom of the funnel ones. They're going to be really important. But they also should maybe increase their blogs and long form guides. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why create guides and blogs? Because AI is just going to steal it. Now, there's loads of reasons. One is that you still need them to link build to, because it's a safer way than building links to these pages. So link build to your blogs and then internally link to these. Reason number two is it boosts your overall topic authority. So in May 2024 last year, there was actually something that was leaked and from Google, and basically topical authority is a metric they appear to look at. And so the more your site talks about a topic, the more supporting content you have, it's got this rising tide effect. So the more you write about your toilet being blocked and your boiler needing repairs, the more that it will boost all these, especially when you internally link to all of them. A third reason is that, okay, AI is stealing some of your content, but it's not stealing all of it. And it'd rather cite your business than someone else's. Now, we've got competitors who, well, not just competitors, we've got clients whose websites still get traffic via AI, just not as much as they used to be. There's a load of other reasons. What I would say is you've got to make making content quicker so that you've still got an ROI for it, and that's cool. But I'm going to show you how you can do all of that, make rapid landing pages and content. Find your content gaps, make all of that content in minute. First of all, start by getting the big contenders in this industry. So someone like Pimlico Plumbers, if it's a plumber one, in the UK anyway. And I'm going to go over to Ahrefs, whop in their domain, and just export that file. So I'll go to organic keywords. Now, I probably am going to put, I don't want too many. So I'm going to put 1 to 30. Maybe I definitely don't want branded ones. So non-branded. And then I'll just export that. I'm going to do it with a few more domains. So I'll just grab these ones, chuck that in there. And I'm going to use exactly the same filters. So I'll just leave them there. And I'm going to export those 1,400. Bosh. Now I might do that for a number of other competitors. Just get maybe 5 or 6 CSVs. I'm going to head to Keyword Insights. I'm going to start a new clustering project. Now I've added United Kingdom and put my domain to check the rankings for, because in the next screen, it's going to be super easy for me to add a filter to show me all the pages I don't have, basically the ones I don't rank for. Click next. And now we make it super easy for you to just upload all those files. So head to your downloads, upload them all. We'll map the keyword and volume for you, and then just hit summary and then click go. While that's running, go have a cup of tea. It'll be ready in about an hour and 10 minutes. And then what you can do is I'll show you, quickly come in, filter for your content gaps, including your service level pages, which are these things, and your blogs, and have our writing agent write them for you in a way that's 10 times better than any other AI writer out there. So we'll jump straight back in shortly. Okay, and when the report is finished running, you can just jump into it by going into your keyword clustering reports, recent clusters, and then opening that up. Now, if you remember, what I've done is just gone to the 2 biggest players in the plumbing world in the UK, but normally I would have gone through a lot more, grabbed all their keywords, because in theory, they're doing SEO the best, and I've dumped them into this clustering project. So there was 3,279 keywords, and we've grouped them into 1,280 pages. That is to say, if all of those keywords are relevant, and I want to rank for all of them, I need to create 1,288 pages, 1,280 pages, because it's grouped all of the similar ones together that can be targeted on the same page. And that's what keyword clustering is. Now, if you remember, when I uploaded the project, I added in my own domain to track against the rankings. And that's because I can now add a filter and just show me all the ones I don't rank for. So basically my content gaps really easily. So normally I'd say if I'm not ranking in positions 50 to 100, I probably don't have a decent page for it. Or even easier, I can use one of our pre-made filters. So I guess most importantly, I want the bottom of the funnel landing pages, right? The service level pages. As a reminder, it's these sort of ones that I want to build out. So I could just go in here and say, look, show me all the commercial content ideas. Great. It's filtered for all the clusters that I don't rank for, which I might want a service level page on. And look how easy it is now for me to create that. So I want heating and cooling services. I'm going to click on this button here, and I'm going to send it to our writing agent. I'm just quickly going to take a slight deviation and talk about our writing agent, which you can find in the bar here. You don't have to use it in the clustering workflow. You can use it in its own right. And it's this first option here. Now, unlike all the other AI writing tools that exist, whether you're using ChatGPT or whether you're actually using an SEO tool that's built for this, ours is very different. It doesn't just, I guess, hallucinate from LLM models. It's not just built with internal memory, which are often outdated. When you put your keyword in here, when you send your keyword to our writing assistant, it actually goes and does the research. So it will go and analyze the top ranking results on Google. It'll look at all the headings they use. It'll look at Reddit. It'll look at Quora, and it'll actually compile a decent amount of research. The other thing it does is you can augment it with your own insights and your own knowledge. So if you toggle this here, you can dump in your own original ideas and have that weaved in. So again, whilst all the other ChatGPT wrappers and these AI writing tools are just regurgitating the same thing, we're actually doing research, which could change. Google results could change every week. We're doing the research and then we're augmenting it with your own knowledge. And if you don't have your own knowledge, really, although you should, because you should be an expert in whatever niche you're writing about, you can be really cheeky and you can go to something like YouTube and find an expert. So how to tile a bathroom. This guy looks like an expert. I can go to this video, go to something like a YouTube transcriber and extract the transcript. And what I can do with that transcript is then dump it into here. And so you're weaving some original ideas into it that aren't in the top results on Google. So really, really cool trick there. The writing agent isn't just for blogs or guides. You can do landing pages, which is where we're going to come on to shortly with these keyword clusters, turning them into plumbers near me or whatever landing page we want. And if we jump into a finished guide, in this case, this isn't a landing page, a guide, I can show you all the features within our writing agent. So when you've clicked go and our writing agent goes to start writing that piece for you, it generally takes about 20 to 30 minutes. It's not like a 30-second job like if you were to create something on ChatGPT. And it's doing loads of things. So the first thing I said is it's researching from Google. So it shows you all the sources here. These are all the top results, and you can see all their headings. So if you wanted to, you can scan down this finished article and see if there's anything that it's missed, but you can do that. You can look at the Reddit, Quora, people also ask questions. It's pulling all of these in to write this, by the way, but you can look at all of them. Then in the Optimize tab, what it's doing or what it's done is because it's analyzed all the top results, pulled all the topics that they talk about. So you'll see here, these are all the topics we need to mention, really. So we haven't mentioned toilet pan, which on average is mentioned 2 times, and we can come into that and see how the top results talk about that. We can come in and see, we haven't mentioned waste pipe. And actually we should. It's used quite a lot and we can see how they use it there. I can actually see very top level view, a competitor heat map of all the topics used. We want to know that we've got all the keywords in the important places like the SEO title and the SEO description. And basically we're writing this with SEO in mind to try and get this to an A. So just when I've clicked go, this is exactly what you'll get. I haven't done anything here. It's even put links in to data-led pieces. It puts tables in if it thinks you need a table. It can do all of that. Basically, we're not just churning out content based on what an LLM remembers. We're doing the research. We're pulling from all these sources, and then we're actually optimizing it for topics and then writing it, which is what you get here. So miles better than all the other tools. So jumping back to where we were, the clustering, I remember I'm going to create this service level page. So this isn't a blog. This is a service level page. So I'll click this. I want it in the first person because it's like, we can do this. We can do your heating and cooling, all of this kind of stuff. I'll keep it casual. I'm going to make it a landing page because it's a landing page. And you can add your own insights, as I said. And I can come down and do more. So I can actually do, let's say, local asphalt roofer. This might not be relevant for the, I guess, plumbing business, but I'll just show you what it looks like. Looks like I don't have boiler service, so I'll add that one. And I want a landing page for that one. Bathroom fitters, that seems like a relevant one. I'll probably have that one. Again, I want a landing page. Drain and blocking services. Let's get a landing page on that one. And you can just see how many of these service level pages I can probably and should create. We can even create them, and you'll see how good this is for individual locations. So remember, we're focused on London here, so I might have Fulham plumbers, Islington plumbers, Camden plumbers, all these different places just within like a local geography within London itself. And you'll see once I've created this, it'll add its own knowledge local to Fulham, like industry knowledge local to Fulham to just make you stand out amongst all the other competitors there as well. So I'll create that one as well to show you. While they're running, I might as well actually start building out my blog post for all those reasons I said earlier. We still want that long form content. So I'm also going to click on new content ideas and gaps. Now this is like more top of the funnel content. And so this should be our blog ideas. Okay, so maybe why is my boiler leaking water? This can be a blog we write. So now I want long form article. I can create my own insights. It might be things I've got, knowledge myself, or as I said earlier, I can jump onto YouTube and steal a transcript. I'll just keep it like that at the moment. I'm going to keep the tone of voice as I, we, because people want more personable experiences now. They want it from your point of view, and we're starting to see that work really well. But you can write it in second person. Like if you've got a leaking boiler, these are the things you should do. But I'm going to keep it as first person for now. And I'm going to auto write that article. I'm going to have things like blocked drain outside house. I'll create that one. And I'm going to create the F75 error code. I'm going to create that one. And long story short, you can see how easy it is for me to just filter for content ideas, filter for product pages or service level pages. This could be an e-commerce store. And then quickly generate the content for each. And I've shown you how the AI writer is different to everything that's out there. I've shown you how it's going to write something that is already optimized. And I'll show you the finished product when it's done. But the great thing is this can be your living, breathing content calendar. So you can now filter out all the ones we've already created content for. And your goal is just to keep coming into this and I guess creating more and more guides. You could also filter, like as you're going through, let's say this is irrelevant, you can filter out irrelevant. We do want that, so we'll keep that one. And then you can come in and actually filter all them out as well. So we'll just say all the ones that we haven't tagged as anything. So you would have this in your projects as, I don't know, plumbing keywords, and then you would come in and just start producing all that content for you. But when it's finished writing, they, like I said, they take about 20 to 30 minutes each. When it's finished writing, we'll jump in and show you them. Okay, cool. So it's been about 30, 40 minutes, and I'm just going to show you 4 of the ones that we created just because they each show something awesome that I want to show you. By the way, I've done absolutely no editing to this. I haven't added anything to it. It is exactly how it's come. So the first one to show you is a landing page. So this was, remember, the one where I selected heating and cooling services. And if you remember, I added my own insights into that little checkbox. And I said 20 years of service, which is added there. I said we've been doing it for 20 years. And I also said we're always guaranteed to be the cheapest in the industry. And it's also written that in there as well. If you keep scrolling down, it's put that 20 years of service in there again. And if you keep scrolling down, it's added these frequently asked questions. It's left a little part for your phone number. But it's generally written a really good landing page. You can read that. And you'd obviously make this fit whatever design your page would have. But you'll also see it's optimized it already for an A. And it's included the important keywords and the important places. And it's included all the important topics, which you'll see here in a second. So here we go. We can see all them. And it's basically done a really good job of that landing page. Here's another landing page I wanted to show you. So this was more of that, do you remember that location-based one? So within London, we might want Fulham plumbers, or we might want Camden plumbers. We want various things here. Again, it's already made it really localized by adding part of the postcode there. It's done that off its own bat. It's added a variety of services with all the important keywords and topics in there. Again, all taken from this topic layer that we're pulling. The page has made it really localized. So it's talking about Fulham's mix of period properties and modern developments. So it's made it super relevant to just that location. If you do it in different areas of London, it changes this to be hyper relevant to that area. So that's the 2 landing pages. As you can see, you can quickly churn out loads of landing pages for your site. And then we'll look at the 2 blogs it's also created, our more top of the funnel content. So one of them was that F75 error code. And remember, I wrote it from the first person point of view, because I think it lands better with people at the moment. So it's written it like this. Picture this. I've rolled out of bed on a frigid January morning, and it's speaking about our personal experience with that. And as we scroll down, it actually does talk about what it means, why it occurs. I'll keep going. And it talks about how to troubleshoot it, when to call a professional. It's got all the internal links and things. You might change this because you want to put in your own costs. But, this is 90% of the way there. And again, it's tried to optimize it as good as possible. It's got to be in this instance. So you might just want to come in and see, there might be some more topics here we just want to manually put in. And I didn't show you this, but if you wanted to talk about boiler servicing, you can actually just use our AI chat agent here, write about boiler servicing, and then send that to it. You'd obviously do a better job because it needs some context, but you can just add that in here and, start. I'm just going to chuck it in, but you obviously wouldn't do this. But if I just chuck it in, you'll see that topic might go up, and I might even get an A, or just pop it at the bottom at the moment. So I've now mentioned boiler servicing. So there, but you can use the AI to quickly write things for you, which is really cool. And then here's just another blog. This one actually has been written for an A. It's got the keywords and the important places again. Why is my boiler leaking? A comprehensive guide. Again, it's talking about it from our point of view. and it's done, I guess, pricing things. You change this to pounds, which isn't. It would have done the research in the UK. You just need to flip it into pounds, and it'll be fine. But again, it's done 90% of the work here. Like you can see, it's talking about it in UK households. So it's done 90% of the work here, which is great. Conclusion and next steps. Again, it's always got links to other articles and statistics. So really good piece here. With all of these, especially if you've got WordPress, you can actually just publish this straight to WordPress by adding it straight to your site like that and pushing it that way. So they have it. You can do this for any business. I chose to do it with a small local type business, but you can do it for any size. You can do it for e-commerce stores, whatever you want. The, I guess, workflow is choose some of your big competitors, take all their keywords using something like Ahrefs or another SEO tool, dump them into our clustering tool. So it will make that big list of ugly keywords into these are the pages you need. And then you just scroll through, tick a few filters to find the ones that you want to create content on and find your content gaps. So there could be the service level pages, it could be blog pages. Scroll through and just click and send it to our writing agent. As I've said, I promise I won't labor the point. Our writing agent was built to write optimized content for SEO. It's not just regurgitating stuff like other LLMs. It's doing the research, which is why it does take 30 to 40 minutes, but it's infinitely better. It brings in things like topics and the keywords and your own knowledge if you want to integrate that to make a piece that it's striving to get that A in the optimization system so that it does stand the best chance of ranking. Anyway, that really is everything. So go out and make your topically authoritative sites in seconds or minutes, probably minutes. Cheers.